There once was a time when picking up that shotgun meant something. There was also a time when shooting that alien meant something. This was the time of Doom. And boy, did the title meet the gameplay's expectations. Back in '93, when you first ran Doom on your DOS, the first thing you would hear is E1M1's music. How badass did that make you feel? If you said anything other than very, you would be wrong. The title of Doom, the game that stopped the world, was not handed out to them. It was earned, through hard work and perseverance. It's no wonder that the servers crashed the day Doom released. Earned, not given. Nothing worth earning comes cheap. And the rest is history. Doom was developed by id Software, the same people who created Wolfenstein 3D, and was released on December 10th, 1993. So it's 19 years old. Doom was originally going to be named It's Green and Pissed up until John Carmack, the engine developer of Doom, watched The Color of Money. There's a scene in the movie where Tom Cruise shows up at a pool hall with a custom pool cue in its case. "What do you have in there?" asked someone. "Doom!" That's not really how he said it, but in my mind, "Doom!" replied Cruise with a cocky grin. The rest is history. In January of '93, it released a press release about everything that's going to be on the game. It covered the levels, story, multiplayer, mapping, engine, lighting, and gameplay. You name it, it was on there. And they haven't even started making the game at that point. Everything was going to be groundbreaking, just like Wolfenstein 3D, but they already knew it was going to be Doom. Somewhere down the line of Doom's development, an alpha version of the game leaked out on the internet. It was out there, and people knew it, and people downloaded it, and they instantly fell in love with it. This wasn't even the finished product, but by the game leaking, this hyped up the game tremendously. But it wasn't necessarily happy about this. But hey, it's basically free advertisement, and you build up your fan base earlier on, so yeah, think about that, game developers. Doom is actually quite the controversial game. Doom is notorious for its high levels of graphic violence and satanic imagery. At that time, all of this violence and negative junk was unheard of. Think about it, there were mostly light-hearted games out there. Nothing like Doom had ever been done before, with the exception of Wolfenstein 3D. In fact, Doom has been named one of the top 10 most controversial games of all time. Wonder why that is. Doom and other violent video games have been blamed for nationally covered school shootings. But listen to this. Only 1/8 of the shooters showed any special interest in violent video games. Far less than the number of shooters who seem attracted to books and movies with violent content. Although Wolfenstein 3D defined what an FPS really was, Doom was the first game to have popularized the first-person shooter genre. With its 3D graphics, multiplayer gameplay, up to 4 players, and support for players to make WODs, which were basically mods for the game, weapons, maps, additional enemies, you get it. Doom had clearly made its mark on society. Needless to say, Doom was revolutionary. It was so revolutionary that from the mid-90s, people called every first-person shooter Doom clones. And there were a lot of them. It's no wonder why people say the 90s was the best period in gaming history. Just think about all the groundbreaking games that were released during this time. You already know where I'd go if I had a time machine. Alright guys, that is going to wrap up episode 2 of my new series of Retro Style. Hope you guys are enjoying this, I know I am. And if you have a Retro Style game for me, put it down in the comments, I'll read them, check them out. Maybe you'll be chosen. Maybe you won't. Who knows? Maybe I have an idea of what I'm doing. Maybe I don't. Hey, the world will never know. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I will see y'all later.